Hey everybody, I'm Mike, and thanks for checking out my channel. Over the past week, I've been doing this deep dive into Japanese metal, and I checked out 3 bands. They were all female metal bands. One was Baby Metal, one was Bandmade, the other was Love Bites, and I loved all 3 of those bands. Love Bites was the most in my wheelhouse. I loved the 2-guitar dueling technical style playing where they play off each other on solos and then sometimes come together to do different octave solos at the same time, and it's really kind of a technical thrash power metal kind of thing, and really a big fan of that band. And I thought today I would do something different. Won't be as popular a video as with the recent ones, but I wanted to show you what my first foray was into the whole Japanese metal realm. So I'm going to take you all the way back to the 1980s, because I am old as hell. I'm 51. In the 1980s, we used to watch this show. It would come on at midnight every Saturday. It was called Headbangers Ball. And I remember the first hour was always like, they'd play like Bon Jovi and things that were really super popular. But when it got to hour 2 and 3 towards the end, they would start playing the things a little bit more that you didn't hear. And that was the first time that I heard this riff. And I busted out the guitar, and I'm going to try to play it because it's been a while, but it went a little something like this. And I thought it was the coolest thing. It was just had that cool little like kind of tone that went with it, and it was real metal. It was a little more than metal than the poppy kind of metal stuff that you were hearing like Bon Jovi-ish and stuff like that. And I really fell in love with this band, and this band's name was Loudness. They were the first foray I ever had into learning about Japanese metal, and I figured today I would show you one of their popular songs, the first song that I ever heard for them, to give you more of a perspective of what my first experience was into Japanese metal. So let's check out the band Loudness with the song Crazy Night. All right, so now you're going to get a deep dive. Well, at least it's not really a reaction video because I've seen this song, but I'm showing you what my first dive into Japanese metal was. And we're going to check this out. This is the band Loudness with Crazy Nights. And here's that riff I was telling you about. So let's go right now. Love how it always goes back to that riff. All right, I'm going to do a quick stop there. The funny part about this all is if you hear the chorus where it does the rock and roll crazy night, at the very end of the chorus, when they do the breakdown behind the little like, it's kind of like the original riff and they're doing in the background, they're saying MZA. And everyone for the longest time wondered what that meant. What was the M, or in America, it'd be MZA. What was the MZA that they were saying? And the guitar player who wrote the song at the time said it absolutely meant nothing. It was just, it sounded cool in the song. So this whole lifelong thing of people wondering what the MZA was, it was It was nothing. It just seemed to flow in the song, so he said it. And the guitar player, I'll get his name at the end, or I'll link it up here, write it out on the screen. He was really like had become popular in the United States, especially too for he was on the cover of Guitar Player magazines, and he was considered at the time in Japan like their version of Eddie Van Halen here. So let's check out more of this. I really love this song. I know it's older, but it's my era, and this was my first look at Japanese metal. So let's check out more of it. While this was a power metal song, they did have some really thrash kind of stuff too that was cool. Drummer's killing it. He's a hell of a guitar player. They're still out there playing now. Hey. All right. And there you go. You guys have been given what the band Loudness sounds like. And I really loved them. I'm going to look up what the name of the guitar player was real quick. Yeah, Kara Takasaki was his name. And he's basically considered like he was the Eddie Van Halen over there for Japan. And that was really a big song. And they got very popular for a while here. And then, just like everything, unfortunately, at a time, it switched to, unfortunately or fortunately, it switched to grunge because I was a big fan of grunge. So, musically, styles change. And they still stayed very popular over in Japan, and they still come out on the festival circuits all around everywhere. For a while, they tried something different in 2000, I believe. It was like 12 or 13 through like 2019 the singer had left and they replaced him with an American singer because they thought maybe something that was holding them back was maybe that his language barrier a little bit, like how he pronounced words. I can't even pronounce words. How he pronounced words, that they thought maybe with an American singer that would bring them more success over here. But they found out most people loved the original singer. They loved it the way it was, which is the way it should be. And the original singer did come back, and they are still out there touring. I know that drummer, who's a beast, he just recently passed away, which is really sad because he was a hell of a drummer. And this was my first look into Japanese metal back in, had to be, let me see what year that album came out. It's the album, he has a bunch of solo albums that fuck you, but let me check out his When Beast in the East, I believe it was called, came out. Thunder in the East. Thunder in the East came out on. They're not really telling me. Thunder in the East came out in 1985, so they were early on, really, in the metal. They got in one, two, three, four. Well, some of those are U.S. releases and Japanese releases, so they got in one, two, three, four, five more albums really before like grunge took over. But Thunder in the East was their biggest charting album in the United States. It charted at 74, it looks like, and that was really a big album for them. And I guess a album called Lightning Strikes, the song charted on at 64 in the U.S. So that was their biggest hit. They were really popular in Japan. They peaked at number 2 there, and a great band, a band that I really liked. And I'm gonna be back with another metal band from Japan. I have to look up the name. It's a different band, but people told me about them and said to check them out. I have a whole lot to check out because everyone's like there is a ton of great metal going on in Japan right now. So as always, thanks for checking out the channel. Just like I always say, music makes life better, and we're all going down this rabbit hole together. A lot of you have already been there and know of all these bands and have been helping me out with ideas. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.